guys, it's Kelly and today I am doing another Makeup 101 video. Today I'm going to show you guys a few different ways to transition from neutral kind of brown eye makeup to more colorful eye makeup looks, but in a subtle way so that you don't look, you know, totally different or totally crazy when you want to wear more color. I think most people start out wearing just very neutral basic eye makeup, and it's kind of hard to go from that into wearing super colorful stuff without feeling really uncomfortable, without feeling like you look like a clown or looking like you got punched in the eyes or something like that. Those are the common things I hear from people. So what I wanted to show you guys was a few different ways that you could subtly introduce color and kind of slowly start to work it into your regular eye makeup routine. If you guys haven't watched the first video on that, which is just basic eyeshadow for beginners, highly recommend doing that. I will put it up in the cards so you guys can see. All of the makeup looks that I'm doing in this video are using the same technique that I used in that video. That's just the most basic way that I do eye makeup. You can obviously apply these tips to like doing a halo eye or doing a cut crease or anything like that, but just for ease of showing you guys differences, I am just doing the usual way where I just like work from the outer corner into the crease. Okay, so the first tip I have for you guys is to start to slowly work in very similar colors in the same family of what you're currently doing. Now I'm going to explain that because I feel like it just sounds like garbage. So if you are the type of person that always works with brown eyeshadows, start to incorporate orange into your eye makeup look, or like an olive green, a very subtle color. If you do like kind of grays and white and black, start to introduce like a very subtle purple into your makeup. So I'm about to show you guys. I'm using the Morphe 15H palette. I actually hate Morphe, to be honest with you guys, but this was the first orangey kind of palette I could find. You guys are gonna see why I dislike Morphe in this video, because it's just the way the shadows perform, but the colors are still accurate for me doing this. So we're just kind of transitioning from doing the brownish shades into doing these very orangey shades, and it's gonna actually be very subtle on the eyes because wearing like orangey toned browns still looks very neutral. All right, so I'm just starting off with this kind of orangey shade and working it into my crease area, and I did speed this up just because this is the exact same technique that I did in my first Makeup 101 video, so if you guys don't know how to do it, definitely refer to that. But then I'm just gonna darken it up with a more vibrant orange shade, and I'm just using a slightly thinner fluffy brush to do that, and then, you know, it just takes a ton of time to blend out. And I'm also going to be putting that on the lower lid as well. That's just something I like to do with the medium shade. So now I'm just going to take the brown shadow, and it was not playing nice with me, so I ended up having to take a different brush and packing it on, which is just one of the reasons why I dislike Morphe, but that is totally not related to this tutorial. It just took me a little bit of time to kind of blend out that mistake and make it look a little bit less patchy. So what I always do is just take the lightest color with my finger and just apply that onto my lid, and then I just kind of blend everything out using between my fingers and the brushes that I already used. So I'm actually not going to be showing you guys any of these looks with eyeliner or with fake lashes because I want you guys to really actually see what the eyeshadow looks like, but this is kind of the orangey version of a smoky eye. I feel like it is pretty subtle even though it looks super bright on my camera. Alright, so makeup tip number 2 is to replace one or two colors with another color and then kind of dull it out. And it's very similar to tip number 1. So I'm going to show you guys using like a subtle olive green color. So I'm going to use the BH Zodiac palette for this one. And normally if I were doing a very neutral look, I would just use kind of this color, these colors. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to swap out the middle color with this green shade. So I'm going to end up using that, and that's going to kind of be my transitional color. So the crease is going to be green instead of being brown, but it's going to be subtle. So for this one, I'm just going to start off with that tan color and again just work it into the crease with a little fluffy brush, and then I am going to go in with that olive green shade and I'm going to pretty much put that in my crease but also put it on the outer half of my lid just to get a little bit of that olivey color kind of showing through and really just looking nice. I'm also going to take that tan color again and just put it on the inner third of my lid just to really highlight that contrast between the brownish color and the greenish color, and just pretty much blend it out. I'm also using black just to darken that outer corner and crease area a little bit. So this is another super simple one. I've also done this with kind of purpley tones, like very muted purples, and I think it looks really nice. This is just a super easy way to incorporate just a tiny bit of color, and people definitely notice it. Okay, so tip number 3 that I have for you guys is actually what I'm wearing right now, which is using colorful eyeliner in your waterline. So this is just a teal eye pencil that I got from Note Cosmetics. For the rest of the makeup look, I'm using the matte Schmaker palette, and then I'm also taking the Dream Street palette, and I'm using this kind of teal color that they have right here just to kind of blend in the eyeliner. So in this one, I'm actually just gonna jump right into it because I just applied my makeup as I normally would, even on the lower lash line. So all I'm doing really is filling in that waterline on my lower lash line, kind of letting it go down into my lashes, and then also tightlining the top lash line so that you can kind of see that pop of color whether I'm looking down or looking up. And then I'm just going to take a very similar teal color. This is from the Dream Street palette by Kathleen Lights and ColourPop, and I'm just going to use that to kind of smoke out that lower lash. And it's super easy to do. You can also just throw a little bit of black on there as well if you just want to make it a tiny bit more subtle of a color, but I think that blue is actually a nice subtle color to have. So this is what that finished look is like, and I think, I don't know, it just looks really pretty and it's nice and subtle. Okay, so makeup look number 4 is similar to makeup look number 3, except for this one doesn't require you to go out and buy a colorful eyeliner. If you just want to work with shadows, then you can go ahead and add your pop of color to the lower lash line that way. So I'm using this BH Weekend Festival palette, which has a ton of pops of color, and you can always start off with the more subtle colors, which I think are more like deeper blues and olive greens. I ended up just going in with purple because I feel like it's a little bit more of a dramatic color, and I think it looks really good. And then you can always go into crazier colors. One thing that I love to do, and I think it kind of freaks people out, the thought of using red eyeshadow, but doing red as a pop of color underneath like a grayish black smoky eye, I think looks super cool. So that's just one of the ways that I do this. But anyway, keep on watching. All right, so once again, you can see I've just applied my makeup as I normally would, and then I'm taking this purple color and I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line with a nice blendy brush, and I'm going to bring it down decently far because I don't know, I want it to be a little bit more dramatic. And then I'm actually gonna dull it out a tiny bit with just the brown eyeshadow that I used in my crease, just to kind of make that a little bit more subtle and make it look less like I have pink eye. But I actually love the way that pinks and purples and reds look underneath the lash line. I just think that looks so interesting. I don't know, what do you guys think? Okay, and last but not least, we have makeup look number 5, which is adding a colorful shimmer onto your lid. Like I said in my last Makeup 101 video, if you are doing the technique that I'm doing, then you would add like a very light shimmery color or cream into your crease. So in this case, I'm just going to switch that out with another color, again using the BH Cosmetics Festival palette, just because there's a ton of really gorgeous pops of color. It doesn't have to be a shimmer, and the one that I'm using in this example is actually super sparkly, but if you want to use something a little bit more subtle, you can. It is just a little bit harder because unless it has that sparkle, it might be a little darker than you're used to on your eyes. You want to start out, maybe start out with like more of like a yellowy gold or like a light green or something like that. So this last one is definitely the easiest to apply. It doesn't really require any amount of skill or being good at color blending or anything like that. So you can see I just applied my makeup as normally, and then I'm just taking a little bit of that green color on my finger and I am just pressing it into the inner 2/3 of my lid. And then you can just see it kind of just blends right in, and then you can also use a brush just to kind of blend out that line, make it look a little bit softer. But that is literally it. It is extremely easy. You can do this with any color you want, and it just adds a nice little pop of color. You can also put it on your inner corner if you want to be a little bit more dramatic, but I think that's something that you do a little bit later down the line. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Just quick disclaimer, if you can't tell by the video, I am obviously not a professional makeup artist. I just do this for fun, but you guys seem to like my eye makeup looks, so I just wanted to teach you how to kind of get into more colorful stuff. So when you're doing this kind of stuff, you can start off with the really subtle colors and then kind of just slowly work your way into more colorful stuff. That's kind of how I transitioned from doing just neutral makeup into doing super colorful stuff, and I've kind of gradually done that shift. So now people are like never surprised when they see me with super crazy eye makeup because I've kind of just worked my way up to it. And I think also switching up the colors every few days or every few weeks also kind of helps people get used to the fact that you are wearing a little bit more colorful of eye makeup looks. So if you guys like this Makeup 101 series, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see any more makeup videos, let me know in the comments what you want to see, whether it would be a Makeup 101 video or if you just want to see me do a particular eye makeup look that you've seen me doing lately and you like. Alright, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Bye! Okay, so my fun fact for this video is that I am not vegan, and I feel like that's a weird fun fact. You guys ask me all the time actually if I'm vegan, and I think the reason is because on a lot of my social medias, you'll see me like either cooking vegan food or like talking about a vegan meal that I made or ate or something like that, and it obviously leads you guys to believe that I'm a vegan, but I'm actually not. I am lactose intolerant, and I think I'm one of the very few people in the world who are lactose intolerant and don't eat dairy. So a lot of times I just try to find recipes that don't have dairy in it, and those recipes tend to be vegan. So I do end up making a lot of vegan food. I think it's also good because it's less expensive than buying meat, so I find myself doing that a couple times a week also just to save money, so I'm not a vegan. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!